Hello and welcome to vlog number 1 of Athenaeum for session 1.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Yes.
Again, for those of you who are just joining us who don't know what this is an opportunity for us to talk out of character, not that we've just done the last session, to just ask each other questions. Maybe I can provide some behind the scenes things, maybe even like theorize over things, whatever you want, just analyze and talk about whatever you'd like from the session. So, who has something that they want to talk about?
So we all met each other.
Yeah.
That was a thing.
Yeah, that was a good introduction, actually. I thought leading in from the action into the meetup was really well done because it came as a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that you clearly have your own personal missions, you have your own personal storylines and trajectory, and it's sort of like interrupted.
Yes.
So it gives you guys even more urgency, I guess, to get back to your individual worlds.
Yeah.
Which is great. What are some of the, before you even met, what were some of the setups? We had a scene with everybody person. So what were some of your personal like highlights of the setup scenes?
The mock Scooby gang.
Yes.
I loved them.
Dude.
Scruffy and
Yes.
Ed.
Scooty Poo. I
Scooby-Doo.
want a t-shirt of Scooty Poo.
I need it. We were just talking about this. We need to talk to the artist that Thistle is talking with and commission some more art for a t-shirt.
Yes. That was freaking brilliant. So at some point I was like, did this become a comedy?
Right?
So that's the thing about horror, is the whole point of this campaign is to just, it plays a love letter for these genres. And the nice thing about horror is that there's so many ways you could spin horror. Because you have like the Ring kind of horror. You've got the Friday the 13th slasher, like Scream kind of horror. But then you also have like the Scooby horror or like the Buffy type of horror. And so I know that the session 0 was really intense, especially the first act with Tori.
Yeah.
So I just kind of wanted to show that Tori's horror genre has different flavors to it and different layers, and I wanted to take advantage of that. And so I thought, since I threw in such an intense, it's really intense and very like traditional horror things in session 0, I'm like, session 1, I'm going to do something a little bit more unexpected. And I was like, I got to do Scooby-Doo, like in some way. It's like, got to do it. And so I'm glad that you guys liked it.
Yeah, that is more Tori's speed, is kind of making fun of horror tropes in a lot of ways. So I've brought up Cabin in the Woods before, but that is kind of the perfect blend of what I was going for with Tori, is that mix of hilarious horror tropes as well as some creepy, gory stuff, such as in session 0.
I loved Sam's monologue.
Yes. Oh, it was so perfect.
Genius.
I plan to have
Genius.
one of those for each. So my thought was, from his time and anything forward, he'll have a monologue. If anything prior to that, because most of those type of crime stories are like speaking in the past. So if it's before his time frame, there won't be a monologue. But otherwise, I'll have one prepped up.
It's brilliant.
Amazing.
Frankie's intro was stressful and like heartbreaking.
Yeah. I always want an element of like stress. I actually like that I failed the checks because it created more drama.
Yeah, that tension.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole scene of you running on the telekinesis to get that guy. I'm sorry. I was like, yeah, let's go. I was ready. So that was really cool. Very unique.
And I'm wondering what happened to your friends. Is it Felix and Agatha?
Yes!
Yeah. I'm like, are they okay?
Right?
I don't know. I got pulled out right before.
Yeah.
We don't know.
And then, go for it.
No, like, and the kids. What happened to the kids? One got shot.
Yeah, one got shot. Definitely huge change in tones.
That's when we were going through it. A part of me was thinking it's like when you change the channel, right? You're watching a show ad comes on and you don't want to watch the ad, so you change the channel, and then whatever you flip to sucks you in for a little bit, and an ad comes on. So it's very much like that. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I love Star's world turning into like the soap opera.
Mhm.
It's becoming the
I
soap
am-
opera.
I swear Beyonce has to be like going out and reporting people for Magic to get rid of competition. That's my theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's-
Like she is just being a bee.
Beyonce.
Mhm.
Yes.
I do not
Yes.
trust her.
I was surprised though that you didn't say something like, "Oh, am I gonna get kidnapped again?" Like,
Yeah, no.
That's pretty much become your meme catchphrase. Am I gonna get kidnapped again?
But she was
How do
the
you
shade going back and forth.
I'm surprised you didn't say that when you were in the strange room. Did I just get kidnapped again?
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't even think about it, but hindsight is 2020, kids. Let that be a lesson.
Speaking of which, we need
You
to
can like
keep that phrase.
retro that in.
Yep. Oh my
man.
god. I gotta say for Black Powder, Cthulhu. Oh no. What was it?
Catkin. The
Yeah.
Catkin.
Oh my god. I love it so much. See, M figured it out that it was a cat. I didn't know what it was. And then when you start describing the tentacles and the fur, I was like, let's go. I'm ready.
I just
I
love
thought
how
that
Black
was neat.
Powder's so smooth. He's just a smooth operator. He's like, what? You just gotta be what? We just talk our way out of this.
If ever you get in trouble, call Black Powder. You'll be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Be-
it's one of those things like faced like in the moment faced with like a bunch of sudden like magic. This dude's a brightly colored and a fairy. This dude's black and white. This guy's just slightly taller than me, but looks like he's been drowning for like 5 months. And then there's this little girl who literally just cast magic. It's like, whoa, no, hold on a minute. And then you get into a moment of like, yeah, no, I can talk our way out of this, sure. It's like a switch.
Yeah. Coming together was cool though. Having our separate little story and then the combined was a really cool switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Comparing our different worlds and time periods.
Yeah, starting
Yes.
together, I thought was really good.
It
Oh
makes me
my
even more excited about like other like downtime chats of like just figuring out what each other's world is like, because it's like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
like my world's like all bright and colorful and musical, and like my world's all, you know, dark mysteries and smoky rooms. And it's like, man, I'm looking forward to those
Yeah.
conversations.
Yeah, and because we're throwing them in little by little, like all of us are throwing our elements in,
Yeah,
but we're
little
all
by-
like looking at each other like, what?
Yeah.
It's like, you crazy.
Yeah. At this point, Star just thinks like he's in a fever dream and he doesn't know when he's gonna wake up.
See, Sam as well. I think he still thinks he got some bad hooch.
Right? When you said that, only person I've ever heard say that to me was my dad when he said, "Oh, somebody got some bad hooch," and I was like, "Dad, where are you?" Like, I'm not even joking,
Oh my
man.
gosh.
I haven't heard that in so long, and I thank you for saying it. It just, all the positive feelings. It's hilarious. Oh my goodness. And then our NPC is my new favorite. Everything in life. That Hark was genius. I love it. I want to draw all of them in their food costumes. Like, oh my god, I need it. I need it.
I was not expecting like
I
the
hope you
first
do.
arc to be Magic Girl.
Yes. I was debating on having the first book that you land in to be one of you 5, but then I thought, no, I kind of want there to be a third party book that's not related to any of you, so there isn't like this is the lead. Not that any of you are the lead characters, but I want it to be completely up, not any of your characters' books. I also wanted to be able to introduce your NPC party member pretty early, and so this would be the perfect way. And I just thought that the hero genre or comic book or anime manga would just be a really fun way to kick things off, because it's just light and campy and silly, and I don't know, I felt like it gave a lot of opportunities for you all to be creative, especially with your transformations and Sam Boyardee.
That was amazing.
Yes.
I'm happy you chose a third-party book to get into because, like, we all want to go into each other's worlds, but it's like I'm happy we'll have time to like have investment in each other
Right.
beforehand.
I think
I agree.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the transformations, so good. No, I was just gonna say, yeah, the transformations was like genius. Like that was so much fun.
It was.
I knew I was going to do comic book hero, and I was like, do I go Marvel? Do I go Power Rangers? Do I go Magical Girl or anime? And I'm like, why don't I just do all three?
Yeah.
Or like, I might just do them all.
Throw 'em all
Just
together.
do all of them. Dragon Ball Z, throw them all in. And so, yeah, that was pretty much like just whatever homage I can make to any superhero genre, I just throw it all in. And that's pretty much what you're going to see with all of the worlds. Like, I'm just going to try to throw in as much as I can from that genre as possible.
I'm looking forward to it.
Everyone's transformations, though.
Yeah, we're so good.
Black Powders was still my favorite.
Yes, yes, yes.
Just the look on your face.
It was priceless. It was priceless. So much life was given.
Yeah.
When all of you were talking about each of you is like a Power Ranger, because you know Adam's like the Green Ranger, I had already decided that this was going to be what the first session storyline would be, and so I was like, yes, just like the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
And you all were picking out your colors, like, oh, well, Micah wants to be yellow and Frankie wants to be blue. I was like, okay, well, you just made my work so much easier.
I knew that's what you did.
And as usual, I got the default.
Oh, poor baby.
Although, like, straight up, like, this is just a little insight into Black Powder. He was not as upset once the transformation happened as he thought he would be. He was like, you know what? I look better than Captain Orchid did.
Facts.
That's true. That's
okay,
true.
I'll embrace it a little bit. Not all the way, but a little bit.
It was just hilarious to see Black Powder like, I am done with this bullshit.
Yeah. More on Sue and her world. So we don't have a cookbook character, and I really loved the cookbook characters that we had, and so I thought, well, a lot of Japanese anime nowadays is about food, and I thought, why not just make the whole theme of this magical girl's story be based on food? And so that's why Gourmet City. And when I was trying to come up with what the different Sailor Senshi or Sailor Scouts were going to be thematically, I didn't want to go with elementals or anything that I've done in the past. I was like, what can I do that's really off the wall? Oh, the different tastes, like spicy and salty. It's like, that's what we'll do. And then with Sue herself, so my knee-jerk reaction was, I'm just going to make her this really amazing cook, because it makes sense, because her whole shtick is that she's like this chef like themed flavor senshi. But then I thought, maybe the twist is she's actually an awful cook. She's trying to learn, and she's a really sweet girl, but she just fails miserably, which actually is kind of a trope in some Japanese anime. One of my favorite old school anime is Ranma 1/2.
Yes.
And one of the characters is Akane.
Yes.
And she is notorious for cooking terrible, awful food. And so that was sort of like the inspiration that I had with Sue, is that, you know, she's basically Akane in that respect.
Like, legitimately, when I first heard Sue's like mini backstory about like not having a sense of taste, my first thought was Archer from Dragon Age Season 1.
Yeah, same deal, yeah.
It was like, God, I want those two to meet
Very
now.
similar. Yeah.
Right? Oh my goodness. I can't wait to see what happens when we're all together and Lonic meets Sue. I want to see that react. I have to see that. I think that will be hilarious. Oh my goodness. There's so many good moments in this session. I'm trying to nail down one that, like, yeah, and it's just like, it's so hard because there were just so many good ones. Again, that whole Black Powder I'm done mentality, I have seen that in real life with people, and for me that was so in character and so perfect. I loved it. I loved it so so much. And
I-
Tori, oh, go for it. Go for
I
it.
was just gonna say our special attacks.
Yes, yes. Oh my god.
It was so hard because out of character, like I wanted to just like have a lot of fun with it, but Black Powder be like, he's never even had sugar in his life. So it's like, what does he know? He's heard about Sugar Crash. Okay, he's heard of that. Okay. It's like,
Yeah, first thing that came to mind for bitter taste was coffee. So I'm like, perfect. I'll just throw that in.
It was
Oh
good.
my goodness. Yeah, man. That was so much fun. So much fun.
Going back to Sam's story, when he got like all up in, was it Belinda's face?
Belinda's face.
Yeah,
That-
listen,
I
doll.
did not expect
Doll
that.
face. Wow.
man,
I love that.
Yeah.
Sam is like so different than what I originally imagined he'd be.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I love it. And I also love that we're already, like, our characters are already bonding a bit just by passing the flask back and forth. It's like, we need this.
Given to the underage girls.
Because you guys are like the older characters.
Yeah.
So you guys like, what are we doing with these kids?
And even then, it's like,
part of
yeah. Like, that to me is also funny because technically we're also the closest in timeline.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Off by a few hundred years.
Yeah. Well, I guess technically Tori and Frankie are a little bit closer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not a whole lot closer. You're what, 16?
17.
Oh, so yeah.
But like it's 2021 and
21.
Oh, from our
21,
eras.
21.
21, 21.
21.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
yours is,
so they're
yours is
only
just a 100-year difference.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like they're going to be a little bit closer.
Yeah.
We also unraveled a few more clues in Sam's mystery, like that fact that Belinda apparently has relations with Joey Rattlesnake Rotello.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's interesting. And looks like that's going to be your next target whenever you're back in your world again. So that'll.
Yeah.
And I think we've also gotten a taste for the Kingdom Starts style transformations, not talking about your superhero transformations, but just in general, like you look a little bit more anime style. So I'm probably going to start pinging the chats of people who are good at like anime art who might be, well, I don't want to, you tell me like Micah what you're drawing so that I know not to double up. So if you want to draw the superhero versions of the characters, like knock yourself out.
Oh no, I mean I just do it for fun. So if you have someone else in mind you want, go for it. I just do it because I just like doing it.
I definitely want, just for when I edit the video and post it on the channel, at minimum I definitely would like to have the costumed versions of the characters, just the default anime manga versions of the characters, and the chibi versions. The chibi versions of each character would be really cute too. So
I got you.
you think you can get, if you can do all of them, that's fine. But if you don't think you have time, I can ask other people.
So the default anime versions of each character, and then the chibi versions of each character.
I don't know if I should reveal this yet, so I'll ask you, Hart, but I know we got to talk about Star's creepy description of the doll. Should I
yeah.
describe the others?
I think we should wait.
Okay.
Yeah, we can wait. Yeah.
I have a question for the group. What were your thoughts of, like, what was your character's first initial thought of everyone else when we first met? Like, what was his first thought?
Frankie was just confused.
Yeah, there's I think Tori was, she is pretty shy around strangers, so that's why her initial reaction was to like back into a corner and pull out her dolls to feel some sort of comfort. It was all just really strange to her.
Yeah, definitely confusion, but I also think kind of looking for what the reality piece was. So, where could I have gotten an idea of a pirate? Where could I have gotten an idea for a working kid? Where would I have gotten an idea of a pixie? So I think Sam was more just trying to think of how did this get into my imagination in this hallucination. So he was trying to look for what's the thread. But of course there wasn't one.
True. For Star, definitely confusion. And just to retro put this in, did I get kidnapped again? But really, again, Star felt the most comfortable with Frankie because in his world there are trolls and they are in money. So that's why he's like, oh, you know, your name is Frankie. Are you in finance? So that's why that was the first thing that popped out of his mouth. For the rest of you, because you're all humans, it really was a what are those? And because Sam was black and white, it was a really what is that? And if I touch it, will I lose my? That's why he's like, did you get hit by a vampire? Like, what happened to you? So that's why that was there. But what about you? What was Black Powder's?
Definitely confusion and shock. His first thought was either somebody was playing a joke on him, or he was cursed. And then initial response to everyone is like straight up Star freaks him out. Like it's just everything that's like that's not good in my world. Men being that flamboyant and energetic and like that, like men work. We're the bread makers kind of live. He liked Frankie, and now he's a little bit hesitant because he heard Frankie has a boyfriend. And it's like, okay, I'll ask about that later, but you still seem pretty good. You seem strong. Okay. Tori, it's mixed. He's scared of her because she is, in his eyes, a witch. But at the same time, it's like, she is a child. She probably just made a mistake. Maybe she can be drawn away from it.
Exercise the demon.
This time, clear.
He likes Sam. He's just like, yeah, no, I get you, buddy.
I could see your two characters were connecting really well, and kind of same with Tori and Frankie. Initially, they were connecting.
Honestly, for Frankie, because he knows about like psychic abilities and things like that, he thinks this is just some elaborate illusion that's being used on him. He's questioning his reality right now. He's like, he doesn't know if this is real or not, but he's going with it.
So far, it sounds like our biggest pairing is hashtag Sam Powder.
Yes.
Sam Powder.
Sam Powder.
Sam Powder.
Powder.
I could ship it. Sure.
Yeah, I like it. Sam Powder.
The two old-fashioned dudes.
There we go.
Yeah.
Two dudes that are old-fashioned, you know.
It sounds like a reality show.
Who's rocking the boat now?
Right? Oh my god, but this was a blast. I had so much fun with this, and this was a great learning experience for me. So I'm gonna take it and what they say, digest all this information.
Great session. Really good session. A lot of fun.
Okay.
Can't wait for.
And it's just the beginning.
I know.
Wait for next session.